This is my little grandson who I often see opportunities to paint and draw him. He'll be absorbed in play, and I'll notice a certain position or lighting on him and be compelled to do a little study or a painting. In this case, he was playing with his Play-Doh feeding the dinosaur, and I just thought it was a great opportunity to capture him and take advantage of the colour in the foreground with a subdued background. And with subjects like this, you can see there's a lot going on in the foreground, which while I was in the process of doing this study, I did eliminate some of it, but for a final painting I've decided that I will take out a lot of it. It doesn't need all that in the foreground, and I will rearrange it just a little bit when I do the final painting. So I've used here Procreate, the app, and with the Apple Pencil on my iPad Pro, and I'm just sketching, and I didn't actually think I would use this for a painting. I was just wanting to do a bit of sketching of a night. I was pretty tired, I started pretty late, and I was going to just do a quick sketch, but I got quite involved in it. I ended up finishing it at midnight, and then thinking it was done enough, I let it go, and I actually posted it on Facebook, and then realised the next day, oh gee, it needs a few adjustments. And so you'll see, I'll show you the difference between, you know, when you can finish these things and think you've done, and not be able to see things with fresh eyes. So what I did with this too, I was just, you know, it's so tempting when you use digital software to be colour picking everything and kind of, you know, taking shortcuts like that. But once I started painting it, I did start to think about this stage, oh gee, I wouldn't mind painting this. I think I just loved the colours and the softness of what was going on already, and I thought I would like to paint it. And so I tried to treat it as if it was real media, and I was taking colours and trying to use that colour around the subject, not using too many colours. There was already a lot going on, you can see, with colour-wise in the foreground, but with him and his clothing, I wanted to treat it like I was painting with paint, and I wouldn't normally mix 100 different variations of the yellow and 100 different variations of the skin tones. I would keep it minimal. So that's what I did try and do. But at the same time, using something like Procreate and being able to colour pick does give you a little bit of an insight to what is really going on with the shadows in particular. It's really good to be able to see with accuracy the colour that goes into shadows. The grey, the warm greys and the cool greys, you know, the greeny greys and the purple greys. And it's great to be discovering those as you go, and it gives you a bit of probably a head start on the colour when you're moving into an actual painting of traditional media. So this is done. I didn't draw this up or anything. I didn't. This is where I know I haven't quite finished here, but I didn't draw it up or graph it up. I was just painting, you know, sight size. His head also is slightly tilted upwards, so I'm getting more of a view of him. I didn't mean to do that, but as it started to form, I decided not to correct it because I actually liked his head on the angle where I could see just a little bit more of his face. So I decided to leave it like that. But that's pretty much where I ended up with it. I decided the second sitting when I went back, I've already fixed around the mouth here on the second sitting, and I'm working on the little toys a bit more, just clarifying them just because it was a bit of fun. And then I decided in his clothing to simplify the background, and I started to think about the foreground. So that's where I left it. Now that's the first session. You take a look at the face and then you can see the difference coming back to it the next day. So that's the little study. And that's, looking at like that, tells me that it'd probably make a pretty nice little painting. So it's to be continued in traditional media. Thanks for watching.